Не учим, а практикуем. Играем в английский от души. Свободный и мощный тренажер Окси Инглишбот в Telegram.
На следующий день я вынес с собой 6 больших свечей.
The next day I brought out with me 6 big candles.
Так как вы должны знать, что я был создателем свечей.
For you must know that I was a candle maker.
Равно как и пекарем.
As well as a baker.
В самом деле я делал очень хорошие свечи из сала коз, используя куски веревки для фитилей.
Indeed, I made very good candles of goat's tallow, using some bits of old ropes for the wicks.
Как я только что сказал, я взял 6 свечей с собой, так как я решил узнать больше о пещере, которую я нашел.
As I have just said, I took 6 candles with me, for I had made up my mind to learn more about the cave I had found.
Я зажег 2 свечи.
I lit 2 of the candles.
И зашел внутрь.
And went in.
Бедный старый козел был мертв.
The poor old goat was dead.
И было нелегкой работой выкопать яму прямо там и похоронить его.
And it was no easy work to dig a hole right there and bury him.
После того, как это неприятное задание было сделано,
After this unpleasant task was done,
я пошел в заднюю часть пещеры.
I went into the back part of the cave.
Пламя свечей освещало темноту.
The flame of the candles lighted up the darkness.
И я мог видеть довольно сносно.
And I could see quite plainly.
Узкий проход, о котором я рассказал вам, был не меньше 30 футов длиной.
The narrow passage of which I have told you was no less than 30 feet long.
В одном месте он был таким низким, что мне пришлось ползти на четвереньках.
In one place it was so low that I had to creep through on all fours.
Но как только я прошел это низкое место, я обнаружил себя в великолепной комнате.
But no sooner was I through this low place than I found myself in a splendid chamber.
Она была достаточно большой, чтобы укрыть 100 человек.
It was large enough to shelter 100 men.
В самом деле, она казалась похожей на большую залу старого английского замка.
Indeed, it seemed like the great hall of some old English castle.
Я никогда не видел ничего столь величественного.
I had never seen anything so grand.
Крыша была по крайней мере 20 футов высотой.
The roof was at least 20 feet high.
Свет моих 2 свечей освещал стены.
The light from my 2 candles shone upon the walls.
И заставлял их выглядеть, как будто они покрыты 1000 ярких звезд.
And made it look as though covered with thousands of bright stars.
Были ли это бриллианты?
Whether these were diamonds,
Или золото?
Or gold.
Или какие-то другие ценные вещи?
Or some other precious things.
Я не знал.
I did not know.
И на самом деле никогда я не узнал.
And in fact I never learned.
Пол был сухим и ровным.
the floor was dry and level.
Он был покрыт белым песком.
It was covered with white sand.
Который был очень чистым.
Which was very clean.
Я был в восторге.
I was delighted.
Лучшего или более безопасного склада я не мог и желать.
No better or safer storehouse could I have wished.
Когда я смотрел комнаты с каждой стороны и обнаружил, что это действительно был конец пещеры,
When I had looked at the room on every side and found that it was really the end of the cave,
я вышел и поспешил обратно в замок.
I went out and hurried back to my castle.
Я обнаружил, что у меня все еще есть почти 60 фунтов пороха.
I found that I still had about 60 pounds of powder.
Это было первое, что я отнес в мою новую пещеру.
this was the first thing that I carried to my new cavern.
Я взял туда также свинец,
I took thither also the lead,
который был у меня для изготовления пули и мелкой дроби.
That I had for making bullets and small shot.
Я чувствовал себя как один из тех прекрасных эльфов, о которых вы читаете.
I felt now like one of the wonderful elves that you read about.
Они живут, как вы знаете, в скалах и пещерах, где никто не может добраться до них.
They live, as you know, in rocks and in caves where none can get at them.
И у них есть спрятанные сокровища золота и ценных камней.
And they have hidden treasures of gold and precious stones.
Что если 100 дикарей погонятся за мной?
What if 100 savages should hunt me?
Они не смогут приблизиться ко мне здесь.
They could not come near me here.
Я был в безопасности от всех врагов.
I was safe from all foes.
Я оборудовал пещеру всем, что было необходимо, чтобы сделать ее удобной для жизни.
I fitted the cave up with whatever was needed to make it comfortable.
Если бы худшее пришло к худшему,
If the worst came to the worst,
я намеревался жить там.
I meant to live there.
Но все же я не желал быть вынужденным делать это.
And yet I did not wish to be obliged to do this.
Когда все было безопасно и уютно.
When everything was safe and snug.
Я уложил несколько зеленых веток над входом.
I laid some green branches over the entrance.
Я был очень рад, когда снова сел в моей старой кухне.
I was very glad when I sat down in my old kitchen again.
Так как после всего нет места лучше дома.
for after all, no other place was so much like home.
Я пробыл на острове уже 23 года.
I had now been 23 years on this island.
И если бы не страх перед дикарями,
If it had not been for fear of savages,
я был бы самым счастливым человеком в мире.
I would have been the happiest man in the world.
В течение всех этих лет я был очень занят.
During all those years I had been very busy.
Я не работал все время, как вы знаете.
I did not work all the time, as you know.
Но развлекал себя разными способами.
but I amused myself in various ways.
Я проводил много времени с попугаем.
I spent much time with the parrot.
Он вскоре научился говорить так хорошо, что было удовольствием слушать его.
He soon learned to talk so well that it was a pleasure to hear him.
Мой пес был моим лучшим другом и спутником.
My dog had been my best friend and companion.
Он прожил 16 лет.
He lived for 16 years.
И затем умер от старости.
And then died of old age.
Что касается моих кошек, леса были полны ими.
As for my cats, the woods were full of them.
Все стали дикими, за исключением двух, которых я держал в замке.
All ran wild except the two that I kept in my castle.
Они были хорошими ловцами мышей и прекрасными питомцами.
These were good mousers and fine pets.
У меня также было несколько прирученных птиц.
I had also several tame fowls.
Этих я поймал у берега, когда они были молодыми.
These I had caught near the seashore when they were young.
Я обрезал их перья на крыльях коротко.
I cut their wing feathers short.
И научил их есть с моей руки.
And taught them to eat from my hand.
Я так и не узнал, что это были за птицы.
I never knew what kind of birds they were.
Но они были крупными, почти такими же крупными, как цыплята.
But they were large, almost as large as chickens.
Они жили среди деревьев живой изгороди перед моим замком.
They lived among the hedge trees in front of my castle.
Они вили там гнезда.
They made their nests there.
И держали меня хорошо обеспеченным яйцами.
And kept me well supplied with eggs.
Мне не было нужды держать какую-либо другую домашнюю птицу.
I did not need to keep any other poultry.
Таким образом, я жил очень вольготно в моем островном доме.
Thus I lived very pleasantly in my island home.
Я был бы доволен жить там всегда, если бы я мог чувствовать себя в безопасности от дикарей.
I would have been content to live there always if I could have felt safe from savages.
This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, visit LibriVox.org. Robinson Crusoe written anew for children by James Baldwin. I explore my cave further. The next day I brought out with me 6 big candles. For you must know that I was a candle maker as well as a baker. Indeed, I made very good candles of goat's tallow, using some bits of old ropes for the wicks. As I have just said, I took 6 candles with me, for I had made up my mind to learn more about the cave I had found. I lit 2 of the candles and went in. The poor old goat was dead, and it was no easy work to dig a hole right there and bury him. After this unpleasant task was done, I went into the back part of the cave. The flame of the candles lighted up the darkness, and I could see quite plainly. The narrow passage of which I have told you was no less than 30 feet long. In one place it was so low that I had to creep through on all fours. But no sooner was I through this low place than I found myself in a splendid chamber. It was large enough to shelter 100 men. Indeed, it seemed like the great hall of some old English castle. I had never seen anything so grand. The roof was at least 20 feet high. The light from my 2 candles shone upon the walls and made it look as though covered with thousands of bright stars. Whether these were diamonds or gold or some other precious things, I did not know, and, in fact, I never learned. The floor was dry and level. It was covered with white sand, which was very clean. I was delighted. No better or safer storehouse could I have wished. When I had looked at the room on every side and found that it was really the end of the cave, I went out and hurried back to my castle. I found that I still had about 60 pounds of powder. This was the first thing that I carried to my new cavern. I took thither also the lead that I had for making bullets and small shot. I felt now like one of the wonderful elves that you read about. They live, as you know, in rocks and in caves where none can get at them, and they have hidden treasures of gold and precious stones. What if 100 savages should hunt me? They could not come near me here. I was safe from all foes. I fitted the cave up with whatever was needed to make it comfortable. If the worst came to the worst, I meant to live there, and yet I did not wish to be obliged to do this. When everything was safe and snug, I laid some green branches over the entrance and went back to my castle. I was very glad when I sat down in my old kitchen again, for, after all, no other place was so much like home. I had now been 23 years on this island. If it had not been for the fear of savages, I would have been the happiest man in the world. During all those years I had been very busy. I did not work all the time, as you know, but I amused myself in various ways. I spent much time with Paul, the parrot. He soon learned to talk so well that it was a pleasure to hear him. My dog had been my best friend and companion. He lived for 16 years and then died of old age. As for my cats, the woods were full of them. All ran wild except for the 2 that I kept in my castle. These were good mousers and fine pets. I had also several tame fowls. These I had caught near the seashore when they were young. I cut their wing feathers short and taught them to eat from my hand. I never knew what kind of birds they were, but they were large, almost as large as chickens. They lived among the hedge trees in front of my castle. They made their nests there and kept me well supplied with eggs. I did not need to keep any other poultry. Thus I lived very pleasantly in my island home. I would have been content to live there always if I could have felt safe from savages.